Hi there! Welcome back to American Lingo Academy. I'm Luna, and today we're going to learn 10 super useful English expressions that native speakers use all the time in everyday conversation. These phrases will help you sound more natural and confident when you speak English. So let's get started. Number 1. Out of this world. This is an idiom. It means something is extremely good, amazing, or excellent. When we say something is out of this world, we're saying it's so wonderful that it seems like it doesn't even belong on Earth. We use this expression when we want to describe food, experiences, performances, or anything that really impresses us. For example, imagine you're at a new restaurant with your friend. You order a chocolate cake for dessert. When you take the first bite, it tastes so delicious that you can't believe how good it is. You look at your friend and say, "Oh my goodness, this cake is out of this world. You have to try it." Your friend knows immediately that the cake is absolutely amazing. Here's another one. Let's say your coworker just came back from vacation in Hawaii. She's showing you photos of the beaches and the beautiful ocean. You respond by saying, "Wow, that sounds out of this world. I'd love to go there someday." You're telling her that her vacation experience sounds absolutely incredible. Number 2, it's a shame. This is a phrase we use to express disappointment or sadness about something. When we say it's a shame, we mean it's unfortunate or regrettable that something happened or didn't happen. We use this in everyday conversation when talking about missed opportunities or things that make us feel sad. For example, imagine your neighbor worked really hard preparing for a big outdoor birthday party for her daughter, but on the day of the party, it starts raining heavily and everything gets ruined. You see her looking sad and you say, "It's a shame the weather didn't cooperate. You put so much work into this party." You're expressing that you feel bad about what happened. Here's another one. Your best friend tells you she can't come to the concert with you next week because she has to work late. You tell her, "Oh no, it's a shame you can't make it. I was really hoping we could go together." You're showing that you're disappointed, but you understand the situation. Number 3, once you start, you never stop. We use this to describe something that's very addictive or habit-forming. It means that when you begin doing something, it's really hard to quit. We often use this phrase when talking about snacks, TV shows, or activities that are so enjoyable that people can't help but continue. For example, imagine you're at your sister's house and she offers you some potato chips. You say you'll just have a few because you're trying to eat healthy. But she laughs and says, "Be careful with those chips." Once you start, you never stop. Before you know it, you've eaten half the bag and she was totally right. Here's another one. Your friend is telling you about a new TV series she started watching last weekend. She ended up watching the entire first season in 2 days. She tells you, "I'm warning you, don't start that show unless you have free time." Once you start, you never stop. It's that good. She's letting you know that the show is so interesting that you won't be able to quit watching it. Number 4, pay in advance. This is a phrase that means to pay for something before you receive it, or before a service is provided. Instead of paying after you get something, you pay first. This is very common in situations like booking hotel rooms, buying tickets, or renting equipment. For example, you want to rent a vacation house at the beach for a week in July. You find the perfect place online and contact the owner. The owner tells you that you need to pay in advance to reserve the house. You send the payment now, in April, even though your vacation isn't until July. This guarantees that the house will be waiting for you. Here's another one. You're signing up for a yoga class at a new studio. The instructor explains that the class costs $50 and you must pay in advance when you register. So you give her the money right away, and she adds your name to the list. Now your spot in the class is confirmed. If you're enjoying this lesson and finding these expressions helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. We upload new videos every single day to help you improve your English. All right, let's keep going. Number 5, reach a decision. This is a phrase that means to finally make a choice after thinking about something. When you reach a decision, you've finished considering all the options and you've decided what to do. We use this expression when talking about important choices that require time and thought. For example, you and your husband have been talking for months about whether to buy a new car or keep your old one. Finally, after all that thinking, you both agree that you'll buy a new car next month. You call your parents and tell them, "We finally reached a decision. We're going to buy the new car." You're letting them know that you've made your final choice. Here's another one. At your job, your team has been in meetings all week, trying to decide which project to work on next. After lots of discussion, your boss finally says, "Okay, everyone, we've reached a decision. We're going with Project A." This means the team has made their final choice. Number 6, I'll be there in a minute. We use this to tell someone that we're coming soon. Now, when we say in a minute, we don't usually mean exactly 60 seconds. It's more like saying very soon. We use this phrase when someone is waiting for us or asking us to do something. For example, you're upstairs getting dressed, and your daughter yells up to you, "Mom, breakfast is ready." You're almost finished, but you need another moment. You yell back, "Okay, sweetie, I'll be there in a minute." You're letting her know that you're coming very soon. Here's another one. You're at work, and your coworker asks if you can help her with something. You're finishing an important email. You look at her and say, "Sure, I can help. Just let me finish this email and I'll be there in a minute." She understands that you'll help her very soon. Number 7, I'm not that kind of person. We use this to tell someone that we don't behave in a certain way. When you say, "I'm not that kind of person," you're defending your character, or making it clear that something doesn't match who you are. For example, your friend asks you to lie to her boyfriend for her. You feel uncomfortable because you don't like lying. You tell her, "I'm sorry, but I can't do that. I'm not that kind of person. I don't feel right lying to people." You're making it clear that lying goes against your values. Here's another one. You're at a party and someone offers you a cigarette. You've never smoked in your life. You politely say, "No, thank you. I'm not that kind of person. I don't smoke." You're simply explaining that smoking isn't part of who you are. Number 8, let me do all the talking. We use this when we want to handle a conversation by ourselves. When you tell someone, "Let me do all the talking," you're asking them to stay quiet and let you speak for both of you. For example, you and your teenage son are going to meet with his teacher because he's been having trouble in class. Before you go into the classroom, you say, "Listen, when we get in there, let me do all the talking. Just sit quietly and I'll explain everything." You want to handle the conversation because you're worried your son might make things worse. Here's another one. You're going to a car dealership with your friend to help her buy a used car. You know a lot about cars and you're good at negotiating. Before you walk in, she turns to you and says, "Please, let me do all the talking." Wait, please, you do all the talking. She's asking you to handle the conversation because she trusts you. Number 9, mixed up. It means confused or unable to understand something clearly. When you're mixed up, your thoughts are jumbled. We also use mixed up to describe when things get confused, like when someone mixes up two people's names or appointments. For example, you have a doctor's appointment on Tuesday and a dentist appointment on Thursday. But in your mind, you accidentally switch them. On Tuesday, you show up at the dentist's office. You suddenly realize your mistake and say, "Oh no, I'm so sorry. I got mixed up. My dentist appointment is on Thursday." You're explaining that you confused the two appointments. Here's another one. Your friend is telling you a complicated story about work with lots of different people. You're having trouble keeping it all straight. You interrupt and say, "Wait, I'm getting mixed up. Can you explain that part again?" You're letting her know that you're confused and need clarification. Number 10, as of today. This is a phrase we use to mark a specific point in time, starting from now. When we say as of today, we mean beginning right now, or from this moment forward. You'll hear this phrase in business settings and formal announcements. For example, your boss sends an email saying, "As of today, we will no longer be working on Fridays. Our new schedule is Monday through Thursday." This means starting right now, everyone has 3-day weekends. The change is effective immediately. Here's another one. You've been saving money to buy a house. You check your bank account and you finally have enough for a down payment. You call your best friend and tell her, "Guess what? As of today, I officially have $20,000 saved." You're marking this day as the moment when you reached your goal. And that's it for today's lesson. I hope these 10 expressions help you speak English more naturally. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow with more useful English expressions. Keep practicing and don't give up.